Two companies that once stood on a stage together, celebrating a partnership that would put ChatGPT inside every iPhone on Earth, are now suing each other in federal court. Not over money, not over a business dispute, over stolen secrets. This week, we're breaking down exactly what Apple is accusing OpenAI of, why this fight has been building for over a year, and what it actually means for your phone, your money, and the AI products you might be using every single day. Let's get into it. To understand why this lawsuit matters, you have to go back to June 2024. That's when Apple and OpenAI stood together and announced something huge. ChatGPT was coming to the iPhone, built directly into iOS. Sam Altman himself showed up at Apple's headquarters for the announcement. For OpenAI, it was a massive distribution win, instant access to hundreds of millions of iPhone users. For Apple, it meant they didn't have to build their own competitive chatbot from scratch. It looked like the beginning of a long, mutually beneficial relationship. But somewhere along the way, that relationship started to crack. And the reason is almost ironic. OpenAI didn't just want to be the AI running inside Apple's products. OpenAI wanted to build its own hardware, its own devices, potentially competing with the very company it had just partnered with. That ambition became public when OpenAI acquired I.O., a hardware startup founded by Jony Ive. Yes, the same Jony Ive who spent nearly 3 decades as Apple's chief design officer. The man widely credited with shaping the look and feel of the iPhone, the iPad, and the Mac. Bringing Ive's team under the OpenAI umbrella signaled one thing clearly. OpenAI wasn't just planning to write software anymore. It wanted to build physical products, and that's where this story turns from ambition into allegation. On Friday, July 10, 2026, Apple filed a lawsuit against OpenAI in federal court in Northern California. This wasn't a vague complaint about competition. Apple's claim is specific and serious: trade secret theft. Apple alleges that OpenAI ran what its legal filing calls a coordinated campaign at every level of the company, according to Apple's complaint, from members of its technical staff all the way up to its chief hardware officer, to obtain confidential information about Apple's unreleased products. Apple isn't just suing OpenAI as a company. The lawsuit also names 2 individuals directly: Chang Liu, a former senior electrical engineer at Apple, and Tang, a longtime Apple veteran who worked on the iPhone and Apple Watch for years before leaving to become OpenAI's chief hardware officer. Tang is also a co-founder of I.O., the hardware venture OpenAI acquired. According to Apple's filing, Chang Liu kept access to a work-issued Apple laptop after he left the company and allegedly discovered a bug that let him get into Apple's internal cloud storage system. Apple claims that while Liu was working on hardware for OpenAI, he accessed and downloaded a significant number of confidential files, many of them explicitly marked as confidential. Apple's complaint even includes a message it attributes to Liu, in which he reportedly celebrated realizing he still had that access. As for Tang, Apple's lawsuit alleges he used his knowledge of Apple's internal code names, the private nicknames Apple uses for products before they're released, to try to draw out more information from Apple employees who were being considered for jobs at OpenAI during interviews. Put together, Apple's argument is that this wasn't a couple of isolated slip-ups. It's describing a pattern: employees moving from Apple to OpenAI's hardware division, and confidential product information moving along with them, covering things like product designs, manufacturing processes, and supply chain strategies, according to the complaint. Apple is asking the court for damages, an injunction to stop OpenAI from using any of this information, and an order requiring OpenAI to give it back or destroy it. So what does OpenAI say about all of this? An OpenAI spokesperson responded publicly, saying the company has no interest in other companies' trade secrets and that it remains focused on building its own technology. As of this recording, OpenAI has not been found liable for anything. These are allegations in a legal complaint, not a verdict. Lawsuits like this can take months or years to resolve, and companies frequently settle, get cases narrowed, or win dismissals long before anything reaches a trial. It's also worth pointing out that this isn't the only lawsuit swirling around this rivalry. Earlier this year, Elon Musk's companies, X and XAI, filed a separate antitrust lawsuit against both Apple and OpenAI, arguing that Apple's ChatGPT integration unfairly boosted OpenAI's chatbot over competitors like Musk's own Grok. Apple and OpenAI have pushed back on that case too, arguing the partnership isn't exclusive and doesn't restrict competition. That lawsuit is separate from the trade secrets case we're focused on today, but it shows just how much legal friction has built up around Apple and OpenAI's relationship in a very short time. Now here's a detail that makes this whole situation almost feel like déjà vu. Apple's complaint against OpenAI comes about 2 months after OpenAI itself won a high-profile legal battle against Elon Musk. In that case, a federal jury found that Musk had waited too long to sue OpenAI over claims that Sam Altman, co-founder Greg Brockman, and the company had abandoned earlier promises to run OpenAI as a nonprofit. Musk has said he plans to appeal, so OpenAI just came out of one major legal fight, and almost immediately finds itself in another, this time as the defendant instead of the plaintiff. Let's step back from the legal drama for a second, because this is where it connects to something bigger than one lawsuit. This case is really about a much larger shift happening across the technology industry right now, the race to build the next major hardware platform for AI. For nearly 2 decades, the smartphone has been the dominant way people access the internet and, more recently, AI tools. Apple controls that platform. OpenAI, despite having one of the most popular AI products in the world in ChatGPT, doesn't control any hardware at all. It depends on other companies' phones, laptops, and operating systems to reach people. That's a real business vulnerability if you're OpenAI. If Apple ever decided to build a genuinely strong competing chatbot, or simply change the terms of the partnership, OpenAI's reach into hundreds of millions of pockets could shrink overnight. That's very likely part of why OpenAI has been so aggressive about building its own hardware. A dedicated AI device, something that isn't just an app living inside someone else's phone, would give OpenAI direct control over its own future, the way the iPhone gives Apple control over its future. And that ambition is exactly what puts OpenAI on a collision course with Apple. Apple didn't build the most valuable hardware company in the world by accident. It protects its product roadmaps, its designs, and its manufacturing relationships extremely closely, because in consumer hardware, being first and being secret is often the difference between a blockbuster launch and a copycat product that undercuts you before you even ship. So when Apple alleges that OpenAI didn't just hire away talent, which is completely normal and legal in tech, but allegedly used that talent to actively extract confidential product information, that's not a minor dispute. From Apple's perspective, that goes to the core of how it stays competitive. Now let's talk about why any of this should matter if you're not an Apple or OpenAI shareholder, and you're just someone trying to understand what AI means for your money and your future. First, this lawsuit is a reminder that the AI industry is not one big cooperative effort. It's an intensely competitive race between a small number of extremely well-funded companies, and that competition is starting to spill into direct legal conflict, not just marketing spats. When you're deciding which AI tools to build habits around, or which AI-related companies you might be interested in from an investing standpoint, it's worth remembering that partnerships you see announced on stage, even big, celebrated ones, aren't guaranteed to stay stable. The Apple-OpenAI relationship looked rock solid in 2024. 2 years later, they're suing each other. Second, if you're someone who uses ChatGPT integrated into your iPhone, this dispute is worth watching, because the outcome could affect how these companies work together going forward, or whether they keep working together at all. If Apple and OpenAI's relationship deteriorates further, Apple has already signaled in the separate XAI case that it intends to work with other AI companies too, not just OpenAI. That could eventually mean more choice for users, which is generally a good thing. Third, from a career and skills perspective, this case is a pretty vivid real-world lesson in something that matters far beyond Silicon Valley. Confidentiality agreements, trade secrets, and what you're allowed to take with you when you change jobs are not just legal fine print. They're actively being tested in court, with a former mid-level engineer and a senior executive both named personally in a lawsuit alongside their employer. If you work in a competitive industry, tech, finance, product design, engineering, understanding what counts as a trade secret and what your employment agreements actually say about that is genuinely useful knowledge, not just something for lawyers to worry about. So what should you actually take away from all of this? 1. Stay skeptical of any narrative that frames the AI industry as one unified force marching toward a single future. It's a collection of competing companies with different incentives, and those incentives sometimes lead to lawsuits, not just innovation. 2. If you're interested in the business side of AI, whether as a professional or as an investor, pay attention to who controls distribution, meaning who actually gets the product in front of people. Apple controls the iPhone. OpenAI, for now, mostly doesn't control hardware. That gap is a real strategic weakness, and this lawsuit is essentially a symptom of OpenAI trying to close it. 3. Don't assume every headline about a shocking lawsuit means an industry-shaking outcome. Trade secret cases are common in tech, and many settle quietly or get resolved with modest terms. It's worth following, but it's not something you need to make any financial decisions around today. Let's be honest about what we don't know. We don't know how this case will ultimately be resolved. Trade secret litigation in the US can move slowly, and courts often narrow the scope of these cases significantly before they ever reach a jury. OpenAI has denied wrongdoing, and it's entirely possible that some, or even most of Apple's claims won't hold up once both sides have presented evidence. We also don't have full visibility into internal communications beyond what's been made public in the filing itself, and legal complaints are, by design, written to present the strongest possible case for the side that filed them. It's also worth noting that this case doesn't tell us anything definitive about whether OpenAI's hardware ambitions will actually succeed. Even if Apple wins every claim in this lawsuit, that doesn't guarantee OpenAI's device plans fail. And even if OpenAI wins, that doesn't guarantee its hardware will resonate with consumers. Building a hit hardware product is difficult, regardless of who has access to which trade secrets. So here's where that leaves us. Apple and OpenAI built one of the most talked about partnerships in recent tech history, and in just 2 years, that relationship has curdled into a federal lawsuit over alleged trade secret theft, tangled up with a separate antitrust case from Elon Musk's companies, and playing out just months after OpenAI's own courtroom win against Musk. It's messy, it's genuinely significant, and it's a clear signal that the next phase of the AI race isn't just about who builds the smartest model, it's about who controls the device in your hand, and how far companies are willing to go to get there. We'll be keeping an eye on this case as it develops, and we'll update you if there's a meaningful ruling, settlement, or new filing worth knowing about. If you found this breakdown useful, give the video a like. It genuinely helps this channel keep making content like this. Subscribe if you want more clear, no-hype breakdowns of what's happening at the intersection of AI, money, and technology. And let us know in the comments, do you think Apple and OpenAI's partnership survives this? Or is this the beginning of the end? We read every comment, and some of the best topics for future videos come straight from you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.